It's tight.
Yeah, okay.
I'm Santuan,
I'm Antoine.
and we the Connected Experience.
Bro, what's the connected experience?
It's a lifestyle,
The lifestyle.
our lifestyle.
How that lifestyle been treating you?
Man, that lifestyle been treating us good, man. I can't complain right now. That lifestyle got us sitting with one of the best interviewers in the game. If you know, you know. So what we about to get into, we about to get into the real Doggie Diamond story. We gonna take it all the way back. We gonna give you something that probably we go hit him with some stuff that he probably ain't know nobody knew for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what's going on, Doggie? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming to the Connected Experience.
I'm great. I'm great. Y'all are part of the Digital Soapbox Media family. So it's always good to sit with my comrades and do content. That's what we supposed to do.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely been a long time coming. Like we always say to Steel, like besides us and you, we the longest running shows on the network. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people done came and went, but only the strong survive. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is something you got to be in for the long haul. And I think a lot of people, when they don't see immediate results, they'll just do something else because they didn't really want to do it in the first place. They didn't love it. And this is something you gotta love because love for something is when you don't make a dollar from it and you still do it.
Yeah.
Correct, correct.
And
So
still
let's
get
get it.
excited to do it
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm
Like
about to say.
yeah,
Be
get
excited
excited.
to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so man, let's take it all the way back, man. Take us back to Gregory and Bed-Stuy, man. What was Bed-Stuy like growing up?
Oh man, it was rough. It was rough. I can say my childhood was a little different when you're a youth because you just playing and you don't got a care in the world. But once you hit them preteens and teens, that's when you see what's going on and they fighting outside and I gotta partake in that. And me, I tell my audience all the time, if I had it my way, I just wanted to watch wrestling and play video games. I ain't want to be outside. I ain't want to be in the street. I ain't want to be. But I come from a big family with predominantly men. And the first time you see a cousin outside fighting or they turned up, you just in it.
Now,
You
how big is the family? You said a big family. How big is the family? And do you got any siblings or just all cousins that grew up like siblings?
both. I had four siblings. Two of my siblings passed away last year. My brother passed away, then my sister passed away last
I'm
year.
sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So my older brother, my older sister, I'm the baby. And it was a lot of us. It was probably like let me see. About eight of us grew up in one house. That was the kids. Then we had cousins that's always over. So any given time it could be about 12, 13 kids in the house running around. All like 2 years apart, 3 years apart. So I was the youngest at one point. So I gotta fight because I'm gonna get picked on. This is happening, that's happening, and I just gotta be a part of what's going on. I was like the runt of the litter because I was the complete baby, So it was a lot of us. It was a lot of us. So in every ranging from my brother had me by a lot of years. He had me by like 8, 9 years. So when I'm like three, my brother's already like 12.
Almost, yeah, almost
Yeah,
the same
11,
age.
12. Yeah, he's already so he's kicking my ass and doing rat tail to me. And you know what I'm saying? And rat tail is when you take a towel and you fold it up like this, like a
Yeah.
rat tail, and pop.
Yeah,
He's doing all types of stuff. Rest in peace to my brother. And then my sister's under him. Then other sister's under her. Then my other cousin, who rest in peace, is under her. Then my other cousin is under him. Then my other cousin is under him. Then it's no, my other cousin is under him. Then
Then it's
it's
you.
me. Yeah, then it's me, and then it's a female cousin, and everybody else wasn't born yet. But then now it's like 5, 6 more born from my parents, my mother. This is all my maternal grandmother side. So this is like
Okay.
I said, at any given time, be like 12 of us in one house. 12, like, and like I said, that don't count the neighbors' children, that don't count the cousins that's coming over, that don't count the people that live down the block. So it's a
right.
lot of us
So
in the house.
so it
Yeah.
was pretty fun growing up. You always had some companions and all of that. But what is Bed-Stuy like at this time? Like what's going on in Bed-Stuy before you when you go outside, like, because everybody know Bed-Stuy, Biggie, all of that, but like, describe what it was like to grow up there. Period. Just when you start coming into your own, like, yeah, you such and such little brother, but you your own, you becoming your own. You like wrestling, you like all of these things. So as you discover your likes, what is it like outside in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn?
Dangerous. Um, you know, I lived on a block called Waverly Avenue. So you have Fulton Street. I live on Waverly. Fulton is the horizontal block, and Gates is the horizontal block. Waverly would be the vertical block that you live on. When you turn to go to Fulton Street, that's where the fun begins. So Waverly, you safe on your block. When you turn that corner, woo, you just never know what's going. You don't know what's going on around that corner because remember, it's a blind corner. You can't see around the corner till you get around the corner. You can see to the left a little bit, but you have to cross the street. So I live on this side of the street. You cross the street, directly across the street from me has always been a methadone center.
Yeah.
So I know uh drug abusers when I see them. So when I see a lot of these artists, I'm like, oh nah, he's on some type of opiate. He either sniff dope or he shoot dope or he
It's
does
some
something.
dope involved though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some opiate involved because I could tell their demeanor. I grew up with it from a baby. Like I know their characteristics. So across the street, this is going towards Washington. That's where Big is at, C Gutter is at, and other people is going this way. Going this way, is going towards Clinton Avenue and Atlantic Terminals. That's where Red Hot Lover Tone is at from Trackmasters and different people. So I grew up like in the middle of a lot of entertainment in the hood. But when you turn in Fulton Street, you got the dope fiends across the street from me. So they all up and down Fulton Street. So the dope fiends is out. You know, dope fiends, unfortunately, when they gotta get high, they gotta get high early in the morning. So they're
Yeah.
already up at 5 a.m. They're outside.
Right.
So it's and I'm talking about it's a methadone center.
Right.
So
So
it's
they
like
really outside.
100 of them out there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And this is before they regulated how they move. So it's a lot of dope fiends outside. They was harmless though, and they knew my family been there so long, so they knew us. They knew I was the baby. You know, rest in peace. I know she passed away by now, but I remember a lady by the name of Big Titty D. That was her name. Big Titty D. That was her name. Big Titty D. I was a baby, but she had big um breasts and I think she used to shoot the dope in her breasts, rest in peace to her. But I remember her, and what my most thing that I remember about the dope fiends is their hands was always very really puffy. They always had
Yeah.
big hands. So it was when you turn a corner, it was different. So my grandmother, don't go around that corner. You could go to the corner, but you can't turn it because when you turn it, you're out of sight.
Now, are these projects or are these standalone houses? Like,
This is a 6 apartment building that my family was in for 53 years. My mother and father actually met in that building. So you have my mother's side and my father's side. They met in the building, and every member of my family was conceived in that building. All of us was conceived in that building. We lived in, it was only 6 apartments, and we lived in every apartment in that building. At least one family member lived somewhere in that building. So it was 2 at one time, but one time it was 4. One time before I was born, it was 5. All 5, it was only 6 apartments, but all 5 was occupied by family because when I say family, you gotta remember my father's side was
Yeah.
in there
right.
too. So, yeah, this is a apartment building. Believe it or not, in Brooklyn, you have projects. Projects are what they are. Projects have their reputation for being what they are. Can never take nothing away from the projects, but it's the side blocks too, man. It's the blocks where you got that one apartment building, and some dudes is thugging out of brownstones. You know what I'm saying? Which are not now like $5-6 million homes. They
Yeah.
thugging out of there. So Brooklyn, it would I don't besides Staten Island, I don't know anywhere else like it. I never lived anywhere else. I lived in Queens for a little while, but I was in a house in Queens, but I never seen anything like Brooklyn. It was just up. Like it
Is,
was
is
just
is that apartment building still standing?
yeah, but I don't know what's happening with it. I mean, if I had the money, I actually would buy it because
Yeah,
it's
it's a
like
lot of
such
history for you right there.
53 years my grandmother So yeah, like it just was just home. Like no matter what, just make it to Waverly. I remember when I was young, I would go out and no matter where I went, because I might be in like Westchester robbing people. I might be all the way in the Bronx robbing people, in Manhattan somewhere robbing people. Just get to the A train. No matter where you at, just get to the A train and make it to Clinton and Washington, and you home. That's why I love the movie. That's why I love the movie The Warriors, because that's real. Like
Yeah.
they're like, no, we get to this train, we gonna get home to Coney. That's how it was for me. I might see the one train, the two train, the five. I'm like, listen, man, where is the A? We gotta ride this till we see the A. But we know once we seen the A or the C, we gonna make it. We on our way home. So yeah, that building is still there.
So when do you discover like that rap is like is it's a viable living because you y'all start a rap group called Little Bastards. How old are you when this start?
Um, 15. I was 15 years old. I didn't know that. I didn't know that because I was already DJing block parties and doing house parties at like 13. I was already doing it. So I didn't know that. I didn't really say I remember when teachers asked me what you want to be when you grow up. I was like, I want to make a record, but I didn't rap. I didn't produce. I just wanted to be on the radio because I was such a fan of um Pete Rock and Marley Marl. Like I love the In Control show. I was just such a fan. So I'm like, somehow, some way, I gotta get on this radio with them. You know, whether it's talking or it's the DJ or the host. So around this time, they put me in a group as the DJ. I was the DJ, and that was it. Like I was like, hold on. I'm going to Cold Chillin' Records every day. Now, all I remember, because I'm a DJ, right? So all I remember is this pink label with orange writing that said Cold Chillin' Records. But on Cold Chillin' Records is my favorite rapper to this day. His name is Big Daddy Kane.
Big
So
Daddy. Yeah.
I'm like, yo, we where Kane is at. I didn't know Kane was leaving when we got there. He was already leaving, going to MCA, right? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But I'm like, nah, we with Kane. That's
What was your DJ name? What was your DJ name?
DJ Dog.
Okay, so it's always been something with dog.
Always been Dog. Yeah, that's been my name since I was like 12. Yeah. It was actually G Dog. It was G Dog. And I used to wear the Georgetown Hoyas for everything because it had the G and the
Yeah.
dog. So that was it. Everybody knew me for my Georgetown Hoyas, like wearing that. And I didn't even know later on in life, when the gang thing got popular, that was a gang thing. But I was wearing it on
Now
in
you
Brooklyn.
say you had DJ'd your first party at 13. Do you
Yes.
remember that? Do you remember whose party it was? Like, tell me about
It
them
was
even
Wendy.
asking you to DJ it.
It was Wendy. My mentors in DJing name was Harry and Mark. They taught me how to DJ. His name was Harry Hash now. Mark is incarcerated, but his name was DJ. His name is DJ Harry Hash. And I used to go to his house every day and cut Freak the Funk by Steezo every single day. So I didn't even have turntables. He let me use his turntable. He would just let me so like, go ahead. And he was the main DJ, but I would like fill in because I hated playing reggae. I wasn't playing no house music. I wasn't doing that, but I would play like Nice and Smooth and them good records. And I used to get mad at him because he used to go get high. And when he started smoking, he never really cared about
Discovered.
like, yeah, like he would just, but he still, he's incredible on the turntables, incredible to this day, incredible on the turntables. So Wendy was like, let's do a party. Wendy lived on the fourth floor in Atlantic Terminals. And I was like, okay. So we did Wendy party and the rest is history. You seen House Party? It was
Yeah.
that in the small ass apartment. It was that. I'm talking about I got the gun by the DJ set, you know what I'm saying? It's mad 40s, just the whole crew in there, every girl from the hood. It's a house party. And shout out to Miss Betty. Rest in peace to Miss Betty. And yeah, we was just in there just having fun, the fourth floor, you know what I'm saying, in the projects. So it was
Now,
Wendy.
now, where do the dog come from? So you said it's always been something dog. Like, where do the dog come from?
I don't know. You know what? Shout out to Jamel Lee from Fort Greene. His name is Jamel Lee. I was going to junior high school, and one day he was like, "What up, man? That's my man G Dog."
And
And
it
I was
just
like,
stuck.
"Okay, it sound good to me." I'm like in 7th grade. I'm like, Okay, I'm G Dog. Then that's my name. So that was it. I
So
didn't. Yeah, I didn't have no other name. It was just my government name.
right. So by the time the Little Bastards is formed, you about 17, 15 to
Yeah.
17,
Hmm.
and y'all actually get a major, a real deal. Y'all like get a real deal
Yes.
fresh out the gate. Y'all working with Tommy Boy, and y'all end
Mhm.
up working with the Track Masters too. Now
Yeah, that's
you
mhm.
mentioned the Track Masters
Mhm.
earlier. Did you already know them by the time y'all got to work with them, or like you met them and then discovered they grew up right
No,
around the
I
way?
knew Tone. I know Red Hot Lover Tone. JoJo. We call him JoJo. I knew Tone. So y'all know him as Tone. His
Yeah,
complete name is Red Hot Lover Tone, but in the hood, his name was JoJo. So I knew JoJo. JoJo was putting together a kid group. Trackmaster was putting together a kid group to rival Crisscross. But the difference is we was gonna curse. We was gonna be the bad kid group. So as Crisscross was all you know, peaches and cream, rest in peace to one of them. They was the good kids. We was the Brooklyn bad
the
kids.
Brooklyn. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the
With
bad
a
we
DJ,
was
huh?
the bad
Note,
Crisscross with a
side
DJ,
note,
yes.
Crisscross had the hardest diss record ever because Jump is a diss record. Nobody ever pay attention, but the lyrics to Jump is a diss record. Let them do the research, but that's a diss record.
Yeah, that's to ABC. Is it just the
Yeah,
ABC? Don't
yeah,
try to
Yeah,
compare us to another bad little fad on the Mac and yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
But no, Cruise Pop by the youngsters is a response to that.
I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna look into
Cruise,
that.
look up Cruise Pop, yeah. And even the craziest by Naughty by Nature is a crisscross and Jermaine Dupri diss record.
Yeah,
He said, Tretch said, I'm hitting Jermaine in Atlanta because he owe me loot for that jump shit. Tretch
yeah,
felt like Jump was taking his style.
yeah. I
Yeah,
can believe that too
I'm a
because you
hip
gotta
hop
look.
historian, so we could talk about
yeah,
this.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. We can,
yeah,
yeah,
I just
yeah.
go
yeah,
through it because I
yeah,
had to
yeah,
play these records. See, the thing about what makes my interviews how I do my thing is that I know the music from being a DJ. So I know the records, I've seen the records, I know who produced it, I know who did the drum program. But yeah, that is a diss record to ABC. You
yeah.
know what
Definitely.
I'm saying?
So
And hold up. Oh, and We Get Busy by Illegal is a diss.
yeah, I remember illegal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a diss to Crisscross. That's a diss to the family. Um, that's a diss to everybody. I don't think they diss the youngsters, but yeah, We Get Busy on the cut. We Get Busy, but produced by Eric Sermon with Jamal and I forgot the little other dude, Malik and
yeah,
Jamal.
Malik.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He ended
Malik.
up changing his name to Little Hershey Loke and getting down with Snoop.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Jamal, went on to be a part of the Death Squad. Y'all want
Right.
to talk hip hop? It's easy. Like
Hey,
you can
yeah.
just go.
But like, so you actually end up being a DJ for Roxanne Shante at one point while she was
Yes.
on tour too. So all of this is taking place while you're a kid and
Mhm.
hip hop is growing. We don't know what it's gonna be yet, and these are legendary moments because you with Roxanne Shante, then you do the Source tour and all of that. Now, how are you looking at hip hop because you really in the mix of what's going on?
I'm so young, I didn't understand what I was doing because on this tour, this is a legendary tour that never took place again. It's the first and only Source tour. On this tour, it's a guy in a group called the Almighty RSO. His name is
yeah,
Ray Dog. His name is Ray Dog,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
who goes
Oh,
on to
yeah,
be
yeah.
Benzino.
Ray
Benzino.
Benzino. So
And the
he took
Almighty RSO was actually signed to Rap A Lot Records at one point too.
didn't know that. But I
Yeah,
just know that these are some goons from Boston. I know that at this time, I think I'm a little gangster. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm a little gangster, but when I seen them, I was like, the fuck? Like they had the group. I think it was Ray rapping, DJ Jeff two times. Um, and they had another guy. I forgot his name. My bad. So it's them, but then it's three dudes standing there, not doing shit, but just looking evil as hell. Then it's three dudes dancing. So I'm like, hold on. That's already like 9 niggas. Like, what are we doing? And I'm talking about these dudes is big. Remember, I'm a kid. So if somebody is 6 feet, they're big to you because you might be like 5'5", 5'6".
right.
So
Right.
I got a story about how I really got cool with Benzino. I'm gonna get into that. But on this tour, And so it's organized confusion. So this is Pharaoh Monch and Prince Paul. They doing fudge pudge. Um, but they got a guy with them by the name of OC. That's on here we go again with the funky intro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Fudge pudge. Then there's a guy named Lord Finesse there. And on the tour bus, because now mind you, we're all in tour buses together. On the tour bus, Lord Finesse has a guy with him named Buck Wild, who goes on to be the legendary producer Buck Wild. He was there. He was with us. But Lord Finesse is playing a song, and it's two people on the song that I never heard before. One of them name is Andre the Giant, and one of them name is Big L. I'm talking about this is 1992. So I'm like, yo, that Big L. I'm like, Andre the Giant. So he's like, Sally Sell by the seashell seesaw. What's up? What's up? I'm like, yo, Andre the Giant is nice. He goes on to be AG. Big L goes on to be where we knew he ended up being, but this is early on. The host of this tour is MC Search. The DJ for this tour is Biz Markie. You had a group called Power Rule. You had the A-Team. You had the Trackmasters. You had Fly Ty, the CEO of Cold Chillin'. You had Roxanne Shante, where I was a part of her entourage. Because what happened was, this is what happened. The Source wanted Roxanne on the tour. Fly Ty said, you can have her, but you got to take the little bastards too. You got to take them. If they ain't going, you can't get her, which was a smart move to break us because we got a taste of the role. Our performance was horrible, though. We couldn't perform for shit. We didn't know. We didn't know. We were just so used to just rapping, so we didn't know nothing about stage presence. So by the time, you know, you had the youngsters coming out and everybody doing all this, I'm like, the fuck, yo, they performing AI. We didn't know nothing about that. Performance was horrible. I ain't even gonna lie. If there's any old tape of us performing somewhere, I don't never want to see that because the performance was horrible. But Power Rule, I said the A-Team. Um, Lord Finesse was there. Uh, Pharaoh Monch. So this is the thing. So OC is there with Organized Confusion, but he gets cool with Buck Wild and Lord Finesse, and he becomes DITC. See that? He came with Organized Confusion. They're from Queens. He's from Bushwick, but lived in Queens as well. Then he gets cool with all these Bronx guys and become DITC. From that tour. From that tour, rest in peace to Biz Markie. Lord Finesse used to, you remember his style was so braggadocious, pointing the crowd. Yeah, I take your girl, I'm fucking your girl, you know what I'm saying? North Carolina, they ain't like that. They ain't like that in North Carolina. They didn't like that at all. So, needless to say, I was young. I think I took some girl back to the hotel. So I see everybody come to the hotel traumatized. Crazy. Long story, Jennifer. Shout out to Jennifer, wherever you at. Dave Mays is there too. How could I forget Dave? He's one of the owners. So Dave Mays is there as well. I'll tell you about Dave Mays in a minute too. So, mind you, I'm like 16 now. They come back to the hotel traumatized, and I see Biz Markie like, OJ, give me the gun. Shout out to OJ. That's the big bro. Biz Markie like, OJ, give me the gun. Give me the gun. I'm like, Biz, cut it out. You ain't gonna hurt nobody. But they said because the Lord Finesse raps, they rolled past the rental, shooting in the rental, trying to kill Lord Finesse. So when we got back to the hotel, Benzino said to me, this is Ray Dog at the time. He said, yo, I don't want to see you with nobody else. I don't want to see y'all around none of these rap dudes. Y'all with me. You with me. Y'all come on my bus. Y'all stay on my bus. I don't want you around none of them because they can't protect you. And that's what forged the relationship with me and Benzino. So when Benzino later on, when he would travel and come to Brooklyn, he would call. This is house phone time. This ain't beepers. This ain't cell phone. I don't got a beeper. So this is house phone. Who is it? It's Ray Dog. Okay, I come to the phone. Yo, I'm gonna be video shoot. I need that. Pull up. Okay, get my gun. Go to the video shoot. And it's one of his promo pictures. That's my gun in there. one of them was promo pictures, my gun and my bullets. You know what I'm saying? For real, like my gun and my, I think it was uh, uh, a 380. I had a little silver 380. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's like 92, 93. You know, so Dave Mays, what they decide to do, mind you, I'm a kid. I am a kid. I am still crazy. I was drinking beer there. I had Cisco. I'm on a tour wilding. Like when you say what, look, I never been out of Brooklyn. I'm there wilding. So they bought me a BB gun. I shot everybody with that shit. I was just shooting niggas. Like you just shooting. So I remember when the tour was almost over. I remember I cried. I remember crying. I remember crying. It was like, yo, this is the last city. I think the last city was Camden, New Jersey. Camden. Shout out to Camden. Y'all ain't right in Camden. Y'all off. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front. Camden is hard body. Shout out to all the Camden dude. Camden is hard body. Oh, Cooley Live was on the tour too. Shout out to Cooley Live. Um, so I think Paperboy was Paperboy there too. Paperboy was on the tour too. He had a song called Diddy that ended up doing real good. I think he was from Arizona or somewhere on the West. Shout out to Paperboy. So I remember crying. He was like, yo, this is the last day, yo, we going home. And I'm like, home? What am I going home to? Like I really didn't understand. Like I was having so much fun. You know, you eating fast food every day, fast girls, um, just wild and reckless. And then it was like, I'm going home. And I remember crying. I remember literally crying. Like, oh, and shout out to Fast too. Roxanne Shantae, younger sister. We grew up together. So me and her was together since then. We was on the tour. And shout out to Latifah, Roxanne, other sister, and Debbie and Cindy, the dancers. I got a crazy memory. I don't know if y'all know that, but I remember everything, like every aspect of everything. So I remember crying, like, yo, we going home. Like, now what? You know what I'm saying? And that's when I didn't understand the business. That's when I thought it was all fun, but now you have to go in the studio, you got to record, you got to do it. I didn't know all of that went with maintaining a career.
Right. Now, at this same time that you on tour, Biggie's coming up, and Bed-Stuy and Brooklyn and Junior Mafia. Like, talk
Mm.
about your relationship because you was the first person to actually record the Junior Mafia rapping, right?
Yes. Is he coming up at this time?
You say this
He's no,
92?
yeah, he might be locally rapping in parties, but I don't think he was anywhere in.
No, no, that's what I'm talking about coming up through
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ranks
yeah,
of the
yeah. No, no,
neighborhood
no.
type of
Fat
yeah.
Chris is nice. Fat Chris is you know, this the thing about Big that people don't know, and only people who know him will know what I'm talking about. Big had a very intimidating presence. Not in a fearful way like you got beef or he gonna hurt you or he a gangster. It just
He a big guy.
no, but his confidence was something you never seen before. Not confidence how he looked, not confident how he dressed, his ability. I've never seen an artist with that much confidence in their ability like him. It was almost scary. Like you could like I remember one time he came to the crib to play beats and I was shaking. I remember being scared and I'm like, how I'm scared of Bill? Whoa, calm down. I'm like, all right, calm down, snap out of it. Yeah, he Biggie Smalls now, but this is still Fat Chris. Relax, just play the beats. He had a confidence about him. He's around the neighborhood, but at this time I'm in the crib. I got turntables, so he's coming to the crib. I'm cutting records. He's rapping, and I was telling him I'm gonna get a studio. I'm gonna get a studio. I'm gonna get equipment. Yo, I'm gonna get a studio. I'm gonna get equipment. I'm gonna get a studio, and I end up eventually getting a studio. Pokey, because they call him Poke, but we call him Pokey. Pokey from Trackmasters went with me to Sam Ash and was it Pokey or Frankie? Might have been Frankie. Went with me to Sam Ash and we bought all the equipment. Or was it Al Richburg? I don't know which one of them. It was one of the Trackmasters because it's really 4 Trackmasters, but y'all only know 2, but it was originally 4. Um Biggie is coming up. He's in the hood rapping. But like I said, man, I can't say he was a superstar, but his ability to rap, you knew something was different.
You knew something was
Something
different.
is different because Fat Chris could rap because you wouldn't be able to tell that from his character, his demeanor.
Yeah.
But
But
when
when it was time to rap, it was
it was time, I
yeah.
was like, yo, hold on. Nah, this nigga nice. Like nice. Like, and one of the members of my group, his name was Rob at the time. He go by Drama now, was revered as super nice, like super, super duper nice. So when we used to be in the hood, Big used to see us, little bastards, let's go. And he wanted to rap every time. He used to say, yo, y'all, you do 2 raps and I do 2, and we see who the nicest. And it was just, I remember Big raps. I remember the raps that he was kicking. You know what I'm saying?
Do you still got the equipment that you recorded them on?
I still got the SB1200 and the 950. And that's it. I still got my SB1200 950, and I still hold on. And this is the microphone right here. This is the actual microphone that he recorded Warning on.
See, the home of exclusives.
Yeah,
Because we the home of exclusives. Show that again. Show that
this
again.
actual microphone that he recorded Warning on. Also, Sean Price, rest in peace, recorded on here. Uncle Murder recorded on his microphone. Tech from Smith and Wesson. Aguilar, Little Kim, Little C's. Jack Knight. Jack Knight is Jack Knight he's a writer for Bad Boy. He wrote a lot of stuff for Monifa. He recorded on here. Another guy by the name of Red Bandit from Brooklyn recorded on here. My man Cash recorded on here. A lot of people, my group, I recorded on here. And this is a Shure 57. Yeah, this is Shure 58. Shure 58. Shure 58. Because I thought they told me that Michael Jackson recorded Thriller on a Shure 58. So
So
I
you
got
had
this
to go.
microphone. But it's really this microphone. It's this one, but I didn't know that. I thought it was this one. So we bought this.
Right.
So we thought we had the Michael Jackson mic, but this is really a performance mic. This is not a condenser. This is a performance mic, but I didn't know. So yeah, but this on Warning was recorded on this microphone right here.
Dope, dope. So the game started to change. A lot take place in hip hop, and then it's this DVD era.
Yes.
When this DVD era come out, you forefronting that because you
Mhm.
working with the. I don't know if you owned it or you were just working with it, but the come up DVD, and these DVDs spread the message of whatever whoever was trying to push, and you right there with this. Tell me how you had the foresight to
Uh,
even know that these DVDs was about to be a thing.
well, I love Ralph McDaniels from Video Music Box. Like he's on the camera. I found out he's directing videos. He has a video show. He's like, give you a shout out. Like, I just wanted to be on Video Music Box as a kid. Like, this is the mecca of all media. My idols is Ralph McDaniels, Marley Marl, and Pete Rock. I've never changed from that. Right. So, um, MREC, who really is my artist, was my artist at the time. Went outside of Hot 97 and was doing a documentary to show if to see if he could get his record played on Hot 97. But he's documenting everything. He has a guy by the name of Light holding the camera. Rest in peace to Light. Got killed on New Year's, like maybe 15 years ago. Um, Holding the camera, and Rec is out there bugging the hell out of artists and asking them questions, running into K Slade. Rest in peace to K Slade, running into everybody. Hot 97 outside of there used to be a hangout, but Rec is documenting, getting it where eventually he got his record played. Cypher Sounds played it. So I haven't spoke to Rec maybe like 2 years. I was going through a very dark time in my life, like very, very dark. And I remember him trying to get in contact with me, and I didn't answer the phone. I didn't answer the phone. And I forgot who called me. They was like, yo, Rec trying to get in contact with you. He got some money for you. So I'm like, bro, shit, let me call him. So he wanted to pay me for some production I did for him, which he did. And he was telling me about this idea for a DVD he had. Um, and it was called Outside of Hot 97. Where again he documented it. Now at this time I was working for a website pro bono, just learning the culture called Trickology, where I was interviewing people on one of my old iPads that don't work. I have an old Ghostface interview when he first signed the Def Jam and the Trife Diesel interview. But the deal was I had to record it over the phone and then scribe it, type it out. I wasn't doing all that. So the interviews never came out. You know what I'm saying? So he knew that I was doing these interviews. So, but I'm also a producer. So he needed the DVD edited and scored. So I said, okay, there's some dudes in my hood that's doing DVDs that could edit the DVD. George and Scott, who was hold on, my bad. Who was Loveborn Digital was their name. Still around. Shout out to George. Loveborn Digital. So long story short, we got up with Rec. I remember like yesterday, he gave me the money for the beat. I in turn gave the money to my former partner who had a surcharge or he was gonna go to jail. So instead of me taking care of my household, which I wasn't bringing no money in, struggling producer, sitting around doing nothing, trying to figure it out. The money that I got in, I gave to my homeboy. And when my homeboy did wrong, he told the girl I was dealing with at the time, because his girl and my girl at the time was friends. His girl wanted to know, how you not in jail? You didn't have the money to pay for the surcharge. He gonna tell his girl, oh, Rec paid us to do some music, but don't tell my girl because I don't want her to know. I already told her. So her thing to me was, how did you get money? You don't bring no money in the house, but you got money and you gave it to your friend. But then his girl told my girl at the time, you know, they got money, right? So it looked like I was being a piece of shit. That caused the whole thing in my personal life that just messed up my personal life even worse than what it was. Besides, my mental state wasn't where it needed to be. But long story short, we running around, we getting this DVD edited. I scored it, put all the music on the DVD, did original beats, and then took beats. And from there, Rec used to do DVD distribution as well as mixtape distribution. That's very big. When you have all the stores, you know, all the stores, everybody to drop off. So he was doing that, gutter music distribution, and he was distributing DVD for Jordan Tower called Burn DVD, because Jordan always was trying to break off from Fendi and do his own thing. Always was on
I
some
think I remember that Burn
yeah,
DVD. I think I
always on
came
some
across it. Yeah.
yeah, he was always on some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to just just being white, basically. You know what I'm saying? Just being, doing what a devil do. But so Rec was, hanging with Jordan a lot. Jordan is the video director. So Jordan wanted Rec to do interviews for the Come Up DVD, but I don't really think Fendi ever really liked Rec. He didn't have an issue with him, but he ain't like him. You know what I'm saying? Just be honest. He didn't like Rec. So Rec says, yo, I don't want to do the interviews because I'm an artist. I'm not trying to do interviews. I'm not trying to be French Montana on the DVDs, but also doing the interviews. People not going to take my rap serious. He said, Dog could do the interviews. He's like a hip hop historian, like he knows this. So that's where it started. So I started doing the interviews for the Come Up DVD. My first interview might have been Sin Q. You know who Sin Q is?
From um, what is that called?
Teen Summit.
Oh no, that ain't what I was thinking.
All
I'm
right.
thinking
You
But
was
now,
thinking about Sin Loke
no,
yeah,
Sin Q. At CINQUE. Sin Q
from Teen Summit.
from Teen Summit goes on to be Mike Rashid, the bodybuilder. Y'all know that? Just look up Mike Rashid. Is a big time
That's
bodybuilder
him. That's
now.
Sin Q.
That's
I,
Sin
I I
Q.
know I know who you talking
That's
about because
Mike
I've been
Rashid. Yeah.
researching
Yeah.
bodybuilding lately. Yeah,
So that's Mike Rashid. So I interviewed him early on. Interviewed 40 Cal. Just a lot of people we was running around.
Yeah.
So at this time, I don't know if it's your next question, because if you wrote them down, I'm jumping shit real quick. But at this time, we're running around getting footage for the Come Up DVD. So I interview Chic, I interview just a lot of people for the Come Up DVD, the Styles P edition. So I sit down with Styles P for hours in black and white. But Jordan is trying to get away from Fendi. It was
Yeah.
just his idea. I'm getting away from Fendi. So we're at SOBs one night. Me, Jordan, Rec. It's Mobb Deep's show. Saigon is there. A few people was there.
Yeah.
So
It was
Saigon,
packed. It was packed, to
yeah,
say the least.
Saigon had previously dissed Prodigy. The night was it was just going on. I didn't want to see the performance, so I bounced. I left. Rex I remember Rex saying before I left, yo, Jordan, get that camera ready. I see T Dubs. He gonna do something. He gonna do something. T Dubs is Tyson. Shout out to T Dubs. That's my guy. Long story short, Mobb Deep and Saigon get into it that night. That's that footage. This is MySpace days. So 50 Cent also has I Get Money out.
Yeah.
But it was called the Forbes edition. The Forbes was the three people on the Forbes: 50 Cent, Jay-Z, and Diddy. So we like, that sound like money.
Yeah.
So that's where Forbes DVD was created. Originally, Jordan Tower was a part of Forbes DVD, but he did some funny style shit and got with World Star.
And
Another
used your footage though. The
oh,
original footage
facts.
for World Star was yours, right?
Actual facts. The Styles P footage
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
first
The
thing.
original
So
footage
that's
that
how he
launched
got.
World Star.
So this is how he got with World Star, because people used to say, Google me, Google me. So I was being cute one day. I Googled me and I seen Doggie Diamonds on a site called World Star Hip Hop. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I see the Styles P footage and I'm like, oh, nah, they bootlegging. They bootlegging. You know, this is pre-YouTube. I'm like, nah, they bootlegging. So I called Jordan. Yo, Jordan, call Fendi, man. They
Somebody got the
bootlegging the
footage.
DVD. Yeah, they got the footage, man. They somehow got it on the internet and they just playing it. You know, because DVDs was very exclusive back then. You're not seeing this footage. This is not Rap City or anything. So this type of footage is exclusive. Instead of Jordan calling Fendi and telling them to take the footage down, he called them and said, I can get y'all exclusive footage.
I got some more where that came from.
So he left us hanging because we had a deadline to do the DVD. Because if you look on the Saigon footage, I wasn't there for it, the actual footage, but if you look at the footage flashing, it's still on the internet somewhere. It says Forbes DVD dropping October 9th.
Yeah.
The J Hood footage. That's who J Hood was for Forbes DVD. Babs Bunny was for Forbes DVD. And so was the Saigon footage. We already had all the footage together. He didn't he left us, left me and Rec hanging. So we was like, what do we do? Like, so Rec was like, yo, the Forbes name, me and Jordan, you know, we kind of brainstormed it. You came in. We all, you know, me, you, and Jordan got that, but I don't want to mess with that name no more. Fuck that name. We gonna do a DVD called COD DVD, cash on delivery. So okay, whatever worked. So he went with Coaches. They went around. They got a lot of footage. They gathered a lot of footage. He ended up interviewing Fredro. Fredro said Brandy gave him head at the
Oh
time.
yeah.
That's World Star took that. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. World Star took that and got big off it.
That is one of the first really viral hip hop clips because he was talking about an R&B singer.
Facts.
That's one of the very first viral hip hop.
And the Saigon footage is up like the
yes, that
one
was
of
the
the very
Saigon was
next
the first viral
first viral.
footage.
Yeah,
You
that was
never
the
seen
first
nothing
viral.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we was just in it, you know. So it's going on World Star. We don't have a website. So I'm like, Rec, nah, we got clips on the internet that say Forbes DVD on the Fredro footage. It says Forbes DVD coming soon. I said we can't just abandon it. We got to put out a DVD and let's get a website built. We got to get a website built. World Star taking it, they winning on the internet. Let's build a shit. World Star built their website off our footage. Let's build our own shit off our footage. That's where Forbes DVD began, and that's 2009.
Right.
2008. 2008.
Now you did a lot of interviews. You did Big Pun's widow. That's what really kicked
That's
it off.
that was Forbes DVD. That's
But
what started it.
that Prodigy interview, man. That when you interview P, man, that's what made me a super fan of P. Watching that, like watching them and hearing them talk more than really just rap. So, what was that moment like? Because you knew what was going on in hip hop. You actually knew that the viral moment had happened, and now you actually get. I don't know what your relationship with P was like before that, but like
I didn't have
he
one.
said, so
I didn't
so
even
at
know him.
word.
Yeah, I don't know most of these artists I interview. Sometimes I don't even know them. I don't look at bios. I don't know. And I know the culture. So when I get up with you, I just yo, what's up with the style of interview that I created is used throughout hip hop now. Because um shout out to Sub Zero. My name, the interview king, come from Sub Zero.
Okay.
Sub Zero gave me that name. He like, yo, you the interview king. Even when me and Sub Zero wasn't getting along, he was like, he do incredible interviews though, but fuck him. You know what I'm saying? So he would diss me, but give me my props. So I
Yeah.
couldn't get mad. And I'm like, yeah, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sub Zero. That's my guy. He
You
deserves
know what? That was a viral moment in hip hop too. Ain't that who Fendi got into the fight with at the store?
it. Absolutely. And I got blamed for all of it. Wasn't even there.
Yeah, them niggas got busy in the store.
I had
This shit
nothing to
was
do with
funny.
that, bro. I wasn't even there for that.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
got
because he tried to
blamed.
say you was in the truck or some
Yeah,
shit,
he
right?
tried to say I filmed it. And I wasn't even there,
Yeah.
but Sub is my guy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. And
Definitely.
that's no disrespect to him. I'm just talking
No, he's
viral
a legend.
moments.
No, he's a legend in the culture,
Yeah.
and I think he deserves more than what he gets. But again,
Because Sub-Zero really the first person started putting on fat asses in front of that camera too.
yeah,
And then it was other stuff after that. But the
K Slay,
Sub-Zero
yeah, it was
DVD
Sub-Zero.
is
No,
where that came
definitely,
from. You feel me?
definitely.
And this just from the outside looking in, it's the same thing. I can see where the shit came
Because
from.
where y'all from? Michigan, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Inkster,
we from
Michigan, baby.
Anchor.
You know,
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah, yeah.
spell
So,
Detroit without the I.
again, for y'all to be getting that all the way over there
Yeah.
is deep. So, um, we doing this website thing, and Forbes DVD got I interviewed Big Pun wife, and that shit got like 300,000 views. But the advantage was I didn't know what it meant to interview Liza. Shout out to Liza and the whole family. Um, this is 50 Cent's beefing with Fat Joe. This is 50 is a huge site.
Yeah.
Ranked like number 3 in Alexa at the time. So when I interviewed Liza, they posted views through the roof. With the Prodigy thing, now this is how deep, man, this is how deep life is. I think Jordan might have 10 unreleased Prodigy videos right now. He definitely got about 10, 11 unreleased Joel Santana Skull Gang videos. Facts. He has an unreleased Joel Santana interview that I did. He had an unreleased Sheik Luch interview that I did, and then he put it out and tried to mute my voice. So with the Prodigy interview, that came out on DVD. Y'all. See, this is what the people don't understand. What I've been through in this culture, a lot of people didn't have to go through what I went through. I went through a lot, and I've been doing it for 16 years. So I was the crash test dummy. Do it to him, and then he go through it. So I would navigate through stuff and make it easier for somebody else. So when I seen somebody else coming up, I'm like, no, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. So it was easy for Nori to do drink champs and all that because me and Nori used to talk every day and all that. But we could get into that later. So with the Prodigy interview, we about 40 dudes by the studio, and Jordan's like, yo, we gonna get up with Prodigy. So I was like, all right, cool. He's like, yo, interview him. I was like, all right, cool. But while we going to interview Prodigy, Jordan just got a new camera. And I remember Fendi pulling up. And Fendi was like, yo, what y'all doing? Now we're doing this for the Forbes DVD. And also because Jordan is back in pocket at the time. He's doing it for the Forbes DVD, but we're also doing it for Prodigy DVD. So I remember Jordan playing us. He was like, nah, I'm just here playing around with the camera, but then we ain't doing nothing. So I'm like, how you gonna minimize what the hell we doing, man? We doing big things. So
Yeah.
went upstairs, met Prodigy. He was very reserved, very apprehensive. Cause I remember Fendi saying to me, yo, man, You do them interviews, they too long. They boring. You gotta get right to the point. And I was like, nah, man, people want to know your story. Like people want to know people want to know, which end up being a Frank Lucas. I interviewed Frank Lucas. It's called the Frank Lucas, the come up DVD, the Frank Lucas version. Rec held the camera for that. That's oh damn, I forgot about that. It just popped in my head. So where's my Frank Lucas footage too, man? Somebody give me my but anyway, so I'm interviewing Prodigy and I'm like, yo, this is one of the nicest MCs ever.
Yeah.
So I seen he didn't like the beginning of the interview. Rec was smart because Jordan was historically known for not giving you your footage.
Yeah.
As any rapper, Jordan will shoot a whole video for you and you will never see it.
So he running around greasing niggas,
Oh,
basically.
oh my God. I mean, this is public record. It ain't me just saying it. Anybody will co-sign this. That's why he on the internet trying to be DJ Academics now, but he used to be a top video director. You know what I'm saying?
Everything was a Jordan Towers film.
Because he lied and said he owned World Star. It's enough. Matter of fact, I ain't more really gonna talk about that lame ass nigga. But the thing was, Rec is on the side filming the Prodigy interview.
Oh, so that's why that.
That's why it's like
that.
that.
Two
Yeah.
angles.
Yeah.
So you have an HD version, Jordan. Then you got a side angle. So it's two angles. Rec, being on point. He was like, yo, I got the footage. I'm like, you filmed it? He's like, yeah. There's no camera phones back then. We got flip phones. We got chirps. There is no filming. Now we could do the whole thing with the iPhone or whatever. So he filmed the footage. I seen Prodigy was he didn't want to answer no questions. He wasn't in the mood. And I forgot what I asked him. Cause see, one of the keys to interviewing is you ask when you see I'm a good a good reader of body language from being from the street. I could tell when somebody's disinterested. I could tell when they bored. I could tell when they don't fucking like me. You know what I'm saying? So how could I get this individual into this interview? How could I get them? And I remember asking them, yo, what was at one point? Niggas was saying you was nicer than Nas. Got him. Got him. Because it was the truth. But I knew I had him. He's like, yeah. Niggas was saying to me, yo, done. And that was it.
Yeah.
So ever since then, when you see him stand up, remember how animated he got when he stood up? I said, I got him. We got a class now. So that was it. I was like, yo. And then that was the only interview you ever saw him like that. There's no other interview of him like that. And unfortunately, he's not here no more. But that's forever a moment. Shout out to Sherman the Worm too, because I end up seeing him in prison. I went to visit the one of my big homies, and Sherman the Worm was right on the visiting floor, like, Doggie Diamonds, what's up? I'm like, Sherm, what's good? So Sherm is who he was talking about in the interview that he said. Yeah. Shout out
even from his book, you can see it's always been some Queensbridge against Prodigy, before Prodigy, because he putting a shit on. I got into Prodigy kind of earlier than my brother. So what's funny is my brother got into Capone and Noriega first. But like long time ago, we went to Washington, D.C. because we was MCs and shit. And this dude was like, nah, man, y'all small. Y'all need to listen to Mobb Deep. But we just was like, yo, if it ain't Northern California, we ain't fucking with it. Midwest, Northern California. But I still listen. And then when I started getting into Prodigy, it was around the time HNIC was coming out. And I remember because I had like this red sweatsuit. I had like a Beretta. I was like wild as hell. And that fucking, I can never get enough of it. Yo, that's my shit. I used to just go crazy to that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I just started fucking with P the whole time. And my brother was fucking with CNN. And we like, yo, here, listen to this. We swapped them niggas out. Like, here, you listen to this. I listen to this. But that shit had fucked me up when Prodigy.
You know that Capone was originally a member of Mobb Deep?
You said who?
Capone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, early.
Yeah, he wasn't a rapper though, but he was he was one of the crew members. He's actually on the album cover.
Yeah.
Look on the Infamous album cover. No, the Infamous, might be even Juvenile Hell too, but look on the Infamous. Capone is there.
I'm gonna check it out. Yeah.
Even in Just Step, Give Up the Goods. That's Capone dancing with the hat crooked. That's Capone.
Yeah.
So fast forward, you always breaking boundaries, you always doing innovative stuff. Then this podcast thing pop up.
Yeah.
And now you podcasting with Doggie Diamonds, No Filter. So how did you and Norm Steele start working together? Because we knew who Doggie Diamonds was, and then we were introduced to Norm Steele. Like Steele had reached out to us some years ago, and then he was
Mhm,
like, "Doggie Diamonds, my business partner." So
mhm.
like, how did y'all come together and form Digital Soapbox Media?
I didn't want to do a podcast because I thought everybody was doing it and it was kind of corny. And I'm like,
If you thought that back then, you really don't want to do that shit now.
yeah, I was like, Combat Jack, Ron Epstein, the hell is this thing they doing? I'm like, I've been doing that already. Because remember, I had Forbes DVD radio on DTF radio where I would take the audio and just put the audio out. So I was podcasting before I knew
What it
what
was.
podcasting was, because podcasting is a format, as y'all know, because y'all do audio. All these dudes on YouTube talking about check out my podcast.
It
You
ain't a
That's
do
not a
not
podcast.
have
podcast.
a podcast. You have a YouTube show, right? So it was this thing podcast, and everybody kept saying, "Yo, you do a lot of interviews, but I want to listen to your podcast." And I was like, "Okay, um, what the hell is that?" So I remember Nori telling me, "Yo, you don't know what podcasting is?" So he explained to me that it's audio. Um, Elliot Wilson was doing EVR radio, East Village Radio. Combat Jack was doing something under the Brooklyn Bridge. Rest in peace to him. Um, and I had DTF radio, but I had everybody come through. Core Mega come through. Source Money come through.
Yeah, shout
People
out to
that,
Mega. I fuck with
yeah,
Mega too.
people that, Mega just hit me the other day too. We about to do something. People who don't do interviews pull up for me. Tragedy Gaddafi pull up. So I'm like, oh nah, I'm about to wash these dudes with this podcast thing, you know. So yeah, that was it. So I started doing my podcast. It wasn't guest driven at first because I said to myself, if you go make the guest driven, you're gonna handicap yourself when you don't have a guest. So make it about you, and sometimes you could put featuring them because it's about you. It's Doggy Diamonds, no filter. I'm raw. Like I calm down a lot. I used to be on 1,000. I'll be like, yo, that nigga Coney on Twitter. Like, oh man, I knew Nas album is whack. And everybody be like, how could you say, man, fuck Nas? And I would just stand on it and just be like that. Um, and that end up, I could say it didn't hurt me, but niggas was pussy though. Niggas was scared of that rawness that you see everybody doing now, that they don't give a fuck and they tell. I was doing that in '09. I was doing that in '08. You could go look back at my old tweet. I had to delete tweets because they were so inflammatory. I'm dead ass. Like when we was getting deals of situation, I was like, oh hell no. I remember, oh, delete that. You know what I'm saying? There still might be some crazy stuff up. So I started doing it. And then I remember a guy named Norman Steele hit me, emailed me, and he was like, "Yo, you not signed to a podcast network? They got loudspeaker network, they got a different, you're not part of none of them?" I was like, "No, like I've been hitting them to get a part of their network. They won't respond to me. Like they don't answer me." So he was like, "Wow, you in New York?" Like he like, "Yo, you one of the first persons doing this. Like, why won't they respond to you?" I was like, "I don't know. I hit Combat Jack a few times. I hit Chris Morrow a few times. They just don't answer me." Then enters Taxstone. And I'm like, damn, his persona is fucking familiar as fuck. Like, that's why they don't fuck with me, because they got somebody that's similar to me. He don't give a fuck. He from Brooklyn, he gonna say how he feel. So it can't be two of us. So they chose him, which was cool. So Steele was like, fuck it, I want to start a network and I'll sign you. I was like, fuck it, let's do it. Like, let's make it happen. Then he hit me back and said, yo, nah, I can't sign you. Like, you like the forefather of this shit. Let's just be my partner and let's just put it together. And that was it. We just was like, okay. He's like, you already got a name, Digital Soapbox Network. All we need is we got you as the flagship show. I got an idea for a show called The Gangster Chronicles, and we just gotta find talent. And that was the search. You know, as y'all know, because y'all part of it. We had a few shows, but they didn't get what podcasting is, that it's a weekly thing. And even if sometimes, you know, when I get caught up, it was times where I didn't drop for like a month or two. But then when I come back, I'm gonna hit you with like 5 in a row every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand the podcast game, the podcast culture, because they hear these faux situations. Other people, oh, he got this $1 million deal. I'm like, yo, the niggas is lying. You know what I'm saying? It didn't get shit. Like they might have got a little something, but you going off of what you think they got. So you thinking you should get what
That
they
you
get.
should get
You
that
have
too,
this
right?
content. You know what I'm saying? So that's how Digital Soapbox formed. Me and Steele was doing business, never even seen each other in person. Everything was FaceTime, phone,
So,
just
hey,
sit-
until we went to California, it was the same way. But
yeah,
niggas didn't know that. Niggas couldn't tell that the crew was so strong. Like
yeah.
niggas don't know. Like niggas is really on fucking 3-way cars.
Yeah, yeah. No, we definitely we handle the business and we sending paperwork through the email, signing it, send it back. Yo, bro, I got this, send it back, yo, bro. And like I said, I can't say I knew Steele for 10 years. I can't say, but the 5 years that I know him, he always been solid, never lied to me, never gave me too many expectations, and I just appreciate the fact that, yeah, we didn't get what other people have gotten, right? Because it's still, but despite what people think, it's not a lot of money in podcasting. You really gotta love this shit. You do it for the love, and from the love, something could come from it. You know, if you do anything long enough, something gonna come from it. So I got a lot of love, you know what I'm saying, for Still, for just believing in me. And even though like, I don't talk direct, like we haven't spoken in years. I don't talk to Jordan. Um, we always have love for them for what they did. That's why I don't talk bad about them. You know what I'm saying? I'll say fuck Jordan because I always say fuck Jordan. You know what I'm saying? But
So look though, I'm gonna tell you one. Okay, so two things, right?
mhm,
Watching Benny the Butcher
mhm,
talk to you made me press play on Benny the Butcher. Before that, I never listened to Griselda because I don't buy into the hype. Right? I can
mhm,
sit here and tell you right now, I've never heard Kendrick Lamar uh first album because
mhm.
it just was too hyped. And I like to discover stuff when I discover stuff.
You're just like me.
Right. I can't say like, okay,
Everybody,
I believe
yo,
you a
yo, I'm
great
like, I'll
artist.
hear it when I hear it.
Yep, right.
Not just
And
dick
that's
ride.
nothing against him, but let me discover it how I like to discover music. Kendrick, you out here, we know you that. But everybody was going Griselda crazy, right? And I always stay away from shit when people say we bringing this place back. This the old such and such,
Yeah,
and
you're
that's
right.
all they was doing selling
You're right.
Griselda. So I'm
You're
like,
right.
I ain't pressing play on that shit because I still listen to shit that I fuck with from New York. I
Mhm.
watched him on there. I said, okay, I fuck with Doggy. Let me go press play. I press play on his shit, but pressing play on his shit is how I discovered Conway, right?
Mhm.
Because hey, Conway is fucking phenomenal, and you can't take nothing away from none of them. But that's how I discovered Conway. But I'm about to tell you the one that really set this shit off and set the internet on fire is when you
Mhm.
was talking to Ali Vegas.
Mhm.
And Ali Vegas said so much stuff in that interview that
It
people
went over people's
always
head.
thought.
Remember, a lot of stuff went over people's head because they really see the good thing about long interviews is if you are a fan of the culture, you're gonna pick up everything that we're putting down. But if you are a sensationalist who want to sensationalize the clickbait, that profit muscle YouTube shit be doing, then you're gonna go for the headline. And when it's not a punchline or something sensationalized, you're not gonna sit there and watch because unfortunately, I'm gonna keep it real. Black people have the attention span of flies. You know what I'm saying? So even when I'm live sometimes and I'm talking, people want to be like, yo, who we talking about? Who we going in on? And it's like, nigga, I'm giving you some vital information and you worry about who I'm dissing and who I'm beefing with.
Right, right.
So the Ali Vegas thing, DJ Big Imp was my DJ at DTF Radio. And he hit me, he's like, yo, you want to interview Ali Vegas? And I'm like, Ali Vegas? Yeah, fuck it. Because I don't turn down interview. Like, you know, I turn down a lot of big names because you're doing a press run. You're gonna give me 5 minutes.
Right.
Fuck you.
We don't
Yeah,
do press runs either
yeah,
because we
that's what
gonna
I'm
tell
saying.
the
So
same story.
y'all know where I'm
Everybody
at
gonna
with
have
it.
the same outfit on and
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
all
yeah.
that.
And I got 5 minutes, and then the PR is like, okay, wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? So Oh, even though I got a Scarface press run interview that ended up being an hour because he vibed with me so hard. And I remember, who kid, you was right after me, and he told you to wait. You be talking to this dude. Me and this dude talking about something. I still got the footage somewhere on DB. But Ali Vegas. Um, I remember we just first of all, me and Ali Vegas is kin because our birthday is like a day apart. Me, Ali Vegas, Poison Pen, and Taji from the youngsters, Taj Mahal. All our birthdays, 1, 2, 3, and a female by the name of Star, who used to be rock with MF Doom. All our birthdays. So me and Ali Vegas had a weird connection just off the muscle. I can't. It's you
Yeah,
know when you do interviews, sometimes it's so special in the moment. You know it. Like, yo,
yeah,
I
yeah,
just went platinum.
yeah.
You just like, yo, no, this is
Like
some
this the one
shit.
right here. We just killed
This
that
is,
shit.
yo, bro, we are out of here with this.
Yeah,
We bodied this. So when I did the Ali Vegas, the vibe was just, we just two raw dudes. He from Queens, but he was in Farragut. I'm from the town, Brooklyn, and we just vibing. My interview style has always been conversation. It's never been Q&A. So nobody's ever felt pressed because it's not like you don't
You
feel like you're
attacking
just,
them,
yeah,
yeah.
attacking them. That you don't feel Wendy Williams. You feel like you just chilling, talking with the homie. So man, we was just going, going, going. And we have a similar background because he was with Trackmasters too. So he know the system that I was in. I was in it first.
yeah.
I was in it first. You know what I'm
You
saying?
you you how they created the system.
This is what I'm saying. Facts. My group is the first group that dealt with Trackmasters, then Pudgy the Fat. And I got a Pudgy interview somewhere that's little Ali Vegasy. I didn't put it out. And it's right before I grew my beard in.
Yeah,
So it's gonna when I put it out, it's gonna look a little old because I don't have a beard. So yeah, I got a Pudgy in, but Pudgy is my another one that was there. I was there with him. I was there. I was a kid, and I remember being in the studio and we listened to music, and I was like, man, that shit whack. Right in the studio while the person is recording. I forgot who recording. He was like, yo, dog, yo, don't do that. You can't do that. But I always had no filter. Cause I was like this. I'm gonna say what I want. If you don't like it, we could fucking fight. Always been like that. Always had a big mouth. Always just didn't give a fuck. If you don't like it, then it's whatever. But I'm not going to mask the truth to cater to your ego. That's
right.
what this industry is. So with the Ali Vegas though, bro, yeah, I knew we broke the internet. Like I knew, shout out to Independent Dope. When I seen it with them, because what happened, right? We do this segment where he said about the parties. Yo, they grab your dick
Yeah,
and I remember the early comments. If you go to the video, because it's about to hit 5 million views, right? If you go to the video and you hit earliest to latest, people saying we lying. Oh, this is what people say when they can't get on. The best thing that happened, unfortunate thing for him, but the best thing for us, Terry Crews came out 2 weeks later and said, the dude grabbed my junk in the party. I was
yeah.
like, "Yo, Vegas, we lit. He just,
He
yo,
confirmed it. He
He
he just
confirmed
confirmed
it.
it,
confirmed
yeah.
this is a superstar. This is a A-list
And this
actor.
ain't no little bitty nigga either. This
This
is
is
a
what I'm saying. And he didn't park him. That took it. I remember we was at 2 million views. I'm like, holy shit. Like, yo, it's up. And then from there, I was like, yo, nah, I gotta keep it in this vein of exposing the industry, exposing the industry. Because it's funny. I just felt like that was my calling. When I came into culture so young, I used to see shit, and I'm like, so y'all just drop artists and shit? Like y'all just escort them out the building and what's up with such and such? Oh, we don't fuck with him no more. Why? Oh, because I'm like, so y'all don't talk to them like it's over? I didn't understand the cutthroat mindset of the business. And I was like, nah, that shit ain't right, man. You can't be doing that. So when I was like, when I get in a position to have a voice, I'm going to speak for the voiceless. Whoever got done wrong by this industry. You got people parading around, and you took people publishing, you fuck people over, you do all types of shit. Nah, we gotta let that shit be known to the world because it's not right. And the problem is we could blame the powers that be, the execs, this, exec that. But what about that nigga who did it? You understand what I'm saying? What about the nigga who was the hired gun to fuck everybody around? Because the executive is not going to go to the projects. They send him to the projects. And he
Right.
did the fucking, he did all that shit. So let's say how he's a fuck nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that changed it. That just changed the way everybody do their interviews. Now everybody talking about the industry. I'm like, see, this is what I don't like though. I don't like when people so-called expose in the industry and they regurgitating shit. I've been in the industry. I've been in the record labels. I know the artists personally. Who the fuck do you know? You don't even know a janitor in the label. How you talking about what goes on in the record labels and what
Because
they
they trying to expose the industry, hoping to get in the industry. You
see? And
feel me?
that's what. But this is what I don't like, bro. It's just certain people I never do business with. I just won't do business with you because shit. I don't think I'm exempt. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Right.
fuck
Like
them
you,
off, you
yeah,
fuck them off, you fuck. If you fuck 4 niggas, I don't want to be 5.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's them wanting to be in the industry. I think it's more so of YouTube has become lucrative. So it's like everybody's trying to have these viral moments. So you have people sensationalize shit. You have people lying. It's the boule doing this. And then I'm like, you have no scholarship on nothing that you're talking about. You're taking pieces of me. You're taking pieces of what he said, and you're combining it and remixing it. And people will run like it's a guy who got all my interviews on his channel and he's reacting to it. But don't tag me in the interview. Don't say, yo, let's see the full interview here. And I gotta flag your fucking punk ass too.
Yeah, because I don't
Mm.
even think shit like that should be possible if you're not basically citing your source. You should, if you
They're
reacting
not
to
citing me,
somebody's
man.
video, you should have to tag them so people know and can check out the whole
Yeah,
thing.
give me
Because
a because
if
he
it's
got
no
more
me, it's no you.
subscribers than me off my shit.
Right.
Right. We seen a nigga tell a story that he for sure heard on our podcast because the artist don't do interviews and he's never told that story and act like that the artist told him.
But this is the culture that we're in. Once the people think the money is lucrative, they just start doing anything. See, a lot of people don't love this culture. As y'all know, we do shit and certain things we don't make no money off of. We don't get paid, but we still do it. We still do. We still we gotta do this. We gotta do this. It might shit. You might get $5. You might get $2. Shit. Remember our Himalaya deal? We got beat. You know how much money I got off the Himalaya deal? I ain't get shit.
Yeah.
You know I
And
ain't get no
I
money,
don't even think that company exists no more.
bro. I didn't get $1. Now y'all are all signed to the company, right? You know what our paperwork say? Y'all, y'all got paid. Y'all got still a couple of dollars, right?
No, I don't think off the Himalaya. I because we've been with a few different people. So
Nah, I think y'all did. I think y'all got something off the Himalaya podcast. Remember when they did pay? Because did y'all got the Raycon and all that too, right?
the Raycon, the
The Raycon earbuds, y'all got
no,
those?
we ain't get that. We ain't get that.
I didn't get that. Did y'all get the Express VPN?
No, I think that was really just for you. You got the Raycon and Express
Yeah, I
VPN.
got all that shit in the Manscaped. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. See, we ain't
I
get
ain't,
that.
I ain't got no fucking money though.
Yeah.
I ain't get shit. I got a code and free shit. I want no free shit. I ain't no bitch. I want some money.
Right. I can buy my shit with the money I'm supposed to get, fool.
That's what I'm saying. So I ain't get no bread, bro. And again, I'm still here. Still gonna come back. Still gonna come back. I'm like that drunk old washed up boxer that won't think I just got one more punch in me. You know what I'm saying? But I love it so much that I still got more ground to cover. This culture is so deep because it's a lot of twists and turns. But if you love it, I've been in it since I was 15. What else do I know?
What else you gonna do, right? Because
Fuck.
even if you do something else, that's what I tell people. Like me and we love discovering new artists. I don't give a fuck where you from. If I think you dope, but like I be telling like the people in my life, I say I'm just like a dope fiend when it comes to music. I don't give a fuck how many times I tell you I don't fuck with this shit no more. When I
You
find a
lying.
new artist,
You lying. Yeah.
I'm on it.
I'm
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
You
You
feel
like
what I'm saying?
It's
I
an
remember
abusive
doing an interview.
relationship. Yeah.
I remember doing an interview. This dude hit me up, email. said, "Yo, could you interview my artist Fetty Wap?" I was like, "All right, $200." So they paid me, PayPal paid me. I'm gonna see if I can find that PayPal transfer somewhere. So Fetty Wap come through. He sits down. This nigga got one ass eye and a little afro type flat top. He talking cool as shit, cool as hell. But I'm like, this nigga ain't gonna make it. Like this shit was a waste of my time. So I say, yo, you got some music? Rest in peace to my old DJ Blazita. So he give a pocket full of roll, sit your pretty ass on the front of your door. I'm like, yeah. He left. We was laughing. He like, yo, you heard that shit? You know me, I don't give. I'm like, yo, you heard that shit? That shit trash. That nigga, oh man, he be better off getting a glass eye, just going to 2 weeks later, it was #1 on Billboard. I said, yo, that's the nigga I just interviewed? Like, yeah, that's Fetty Wap. I'm like, oh shit. That's when I knew, damn, I don't know the climate like I used to because it's not the music, it's what they're willing to invest in. They
Yeah,
thought it was worth putting money behind, so they put the money behind because they paid me, right?
yeah,
So imagine all the people that they paid to push this music, and it worked. Another time, yo, could you interview Dave East? I'm like, who? Dave East. So I know a super Dave West from De La Soul. So I asked him, yo, you got your name Dave East from Dave West? He like, who the hell is Dave West? So then he plays his music, and in the beginning of his music, he's like, I look like a boss, I sound like a boss. I'm like, yo, that's my Max B interview. He like, for real? I say, yeah, that's from my Max B interview. He didn't even know that shit. So I'm saying the universe, um, we question stuff, but we also got to remember the universe is perfect. Everything
yeah,
always gonna align. Like we fuck up the universe. We go against our gut feeling. We go against science. We go against different things. If you let it flow, take your time, everything is going to come to you. You know what I'm saying? You don't run and chase nothing, you attract it. You know
yeah.
what I'm
That's
saying?
how we live too, bro.
Yeah. So think about it. You'll say she's attractive. So
Yeah,
when somebody's attractive, you gravitate towards your attractions. You
yeah,
know, so a lot of times, and I believe in the laws of attraction of a different way, but just not the corny ass way that people think of, yo, I hope I get $1 million. I think about, yeah, I hope I live for another 3 years. I hope I live for another 5 years. I hope that I get the foresight. I hope I get the wisdom. I hope that the days that I'm feeling bad, I find a way to get out of it. I hope babies ate. You know what I'm saying? I'm different because yeah, I'm a survivor. Like I'm gonna be good. If I ever in my life had to go back to live with roaches and rats, I could do it. Shit ain't nothing to me.
but you don't have to because let's talk about this latest accomplishment, man. 50 million views on YouTube. That's
Yeah, that's
big,
one
bro.
channel though. That's one channel. Cause,
That's what
'cause
I'm
I gotta
saying.
put that out there. Yeah, on 50 million views, man. Reason why I love it and it's personal to me because I got the dopest supporters, man. Like they like really like my family and they really stand with me and believe in me, man. And that shit is different when you got people who want to see you win because people that I know, yo, they don't give a fuck about me, man. Except for my cousin Tad and like a couple of other my relatives, the brothers, Blizz, Koku, Steel, of course, but yo, nobody don't give a fuck about me because it looked like I've been chasing the dream. I've been doing this since I was 15. So they're like, oh, you doing that rap shit. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
that's what, at one point, bro, when you was doing music, you was a clown. You know that? At one point when you was doing, y'all know when y'all
Yeah,
niggas rapping. Fuck
Right.
out.
Yeah. Not
Come to the block
everybody
and hustle.
raps. Like
Yeah,
my
come to the block
daughter
and
rap.
hustle. Let's get this money or let's so I never gave up. You know what I'm saying? And there's times where I took time off, but I never gave up. So the 50 million is personal to me because I did it with integrity. I didn't do it with clickbait. I didn't do it with being misleading. And I felt like everything I did never took away from the culture. So 50 million, although some people got more than that, but that was something to me because I
yeah,
did it being Doggie Diamonds. And it's very difficult being me because a lot of people don't believe in my way of doing stuff.
No, they believe in it because you can see it
Yeah,
replicated over
yeah.
But
and
they,
over with
Over
but
other
the
this is what
people.
time,
people
yeah.
do. This is what people do. People try to discourage you from being you so they could be you.
Right,
Yeah.
right. We call it
That's what.
shoplifting. You like,
Yeah.
or
Oh
when
yeah.
they try to
Definitely.
hang out with you to steal your little the stuff
You
that's
know
about
what I
you.
call it?
We
I
call it
call it rogue.
shoplifting.
No, I
Yeah.
call it rogue. Rogue from the X-Men. They touch you, then take your power and your energy. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I call it
Yeah.
rogue. So, um, I didn't. You know, when I first started doing interviews, bro, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know that. You know, I spoke to my super duper big homie Easy Mo B the other day, and he was like, "Damn, dog, look at you, man. You a legend." And I'm like, yo, I remember when you was a little kid. Like, look at you. And I'm like, damn, Mo, I don't really get a chance to look at myself, like, cause I'm so in it. Like, I don't. I watched my Fiend interview yesterday. I never watched my interview. I was sitting there like a film, like, oh, this shit like a movie. Oh shit, this shit is dope. I'm so in it that I don't step out of it. I never watched my Ali Vegas interview ever. I never watched it.
Oh, go press play on that bitch.
That's what I'm saying. So,
It's gonna
bro,
make look.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
that's what
gonna
I'm
Yeah.
make
saying.
you a
Like,
fan. It's gonna
yeah,
make you a fan of you.
yeah.
Go press play on that.
So sometimes I'm so in it that I don't understand what's going on, why it's going on, because I'm trying to capture moments, and I'm like, all right, next, what's next? That was it. That was yesterday. This today. I don't have no time to hit like on my post. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, now I'm doing this. So I just think so futuristic. I got another plan for the future. I'm not telling nobody because niggas bite shit. So I'm just gonna do some new innovative shit soon too. Shout out to my brother Tadro. And they're gonna be like, well, we didn't think of that. Because y'all don't think, if I don't create, it's over for me. So, like every graphic you see, everything you see, every font, I make this shit. So I find fonts. Like I sit here some days and download 3,000 fonts. So while dudes is drinking, smoking, messing with a chick, or in the movies with a chick, or all that shit, I be here creating shit. I be here brainstorming and just having fun. And again, that's not for money, that's for love. So when I see people talking about how much money they make and all that shit, like, you don't love this shit. Because my question to all these people that rename themselves creatives, I hate that fucking word.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, all you people, if it was no money, would you do it? If you
Definitely
didn't
not.
make a dime, but see, this is what we need to do. We got to start posing that question to them, because when you pose that question to them, that makes the audience realize who's the real culture vultures. Because I can't just pick up a BMX bike and say, yo, I'm a biker.
Right.
That's
You
a
got to
culture.
put in that work.
That's a culture vulture. I can't just say, yo, I'm a biker. Because you're gonna be like, so what's the difference between a mongoose, a GT, and a hutch? I
They
was a
ain't
biker.
gonna know.
No, I was a biker, so that's a dumb
Right.
question
Right.
for me.
Right.
But I do know, you know what I'm saying? What's a rotor? What's freewheel? You know what I'm saying? What's a ball bearing? What's the mag reel? What's you know what I'm saying? What's pegs? So what's a bunny hop? What's the endo? You know what I'm saying? This is shit that I know because I rode bikes too. But I can't just say, yo, I'm a biker, because it's people who just put in more work than me. So what I normally do whenever I get into a new venture, I try to sit at somebody's feet and say, yo, I'm when it comes to interviews, I'm the boss. But when it comes to this shit, you my teacher. You know what I'm saying? Yo, show me how to do this and show me how to do that. And I like to give people full credit, because as much as I'm honored, there is people who added on to who you think I am.
Right. Right.
You know what
So
I'm saying?
before we get up out of here, where can people find you at, man?
Right there, you see that URL, or if you're listening, which you should be listening, you should be subscribed. You should leave a 5-star rating with a comment. It's very, very important for you to do that on Apple Music. Leave a comment. You can find me on Doggie Diamonds No Filter. I'm on YouTube almost like every damn night of my life, sometimes 2, 3 times in a day. YouTube.com/Doggy Diamonds TV. Subscribe, hit the bell to get notifications. But being that YouTube likes to play with my notifications and do stuff, I created a website to where you'll get a notification every time. So all you got to do is go to theinterviewking.com and just sign up. As soon as I go live, as soon as I upload content, it will be in your email for sure, because I make sure you get it. So there, My audio podcast is Doggie Diamonds No Filter on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Castbox, Google Podcasts, Spreaker. Every podcasting format is there. I'm on social media. I tweet a lot. I'm on Instagram, and everything is Doggy Diamonds. I'm on TikTok, Doggy Diamonds TV. I got a Reddit, Doggy Diamonds TV. I got a Pinterest, Doggy Diamonds TV. I'm on Snapchat. I'm everywhere. So anybody that say, "Yo, man, I rock with you," I don't know where that you are lying.
You a
I'm the most
motherfucking lie.
you're motherfucking them because I'm very accessible, a people person, and I just move off of energy and love. So anybody who show me love, but don't try to show me love and then slide me your music. That shit ain't gonna work because I can see right through that. Don't
Might
think
slap
you
your
could,
hand away.
yeah, don't try to OG me and then slide your music in there. That shit ain't gonna work. I'm telling you right now. If you fuck with me, fuck with me. And if I fuck with you, I'm going to hear you. We live in a pull world, right? We don't have to push anything on anybody. Anything we want, we extract it, we pull it. If I want to hear motherfucking Raspberry Beret right now, I don't have to wait for it to come on the radio. I can go find it. So if I fuck with you and I want to hear your music or whatever you do, I'm going to find it. Don't think you could keep sending it to me, DM me, yo, listen to this, tell me what you think. I don't think shit. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I never told you to rap. I'm not your fan. 9 times out of 10, you rapping some freestyle over a beat that I heard already, and I like the original more than what the fuck you did because you rhyming in the same cadence that they did. You just changing words around. That shit is karaoke, bro. Or sis, don't do that shit to me. I'm not a fan of a lot of rap. You know what I'm saying? Because it's rare that I'm impressed. I'm like, the fuck
Right,
out of
right.
here. I let
AJ,
so like like AJ said, I just go to my go-tos, you know what I'm saying? And when I get
right.
introduced to new shit, I'm gonna slowly get around to it, but I'm not a bandwagon dude. I don't give a fuck if the whole world is talking about it. You could catch me in the corner not speaking like Ghostface. I ain't listening to that shit because I don't because again, people taste in music. I know we don't got the same taste, just like some people taste in women. Oh, she bad. She, I'm like, man,
Or
that bitch is
right.
right. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, come on, man. Like, so
Right.
but
And
I do the most important message is that us sticking together, us working together, and just because you won, that don't mean that I lost.
that's
That
what's
gotta be the mentality. Just because you
You
won,
won don't
that don't
mean
mean
that
I
you
lost. Just because it's your time and people clapping for you, I'm gonna be in the front row clapping the loudest. When Nori started doing his thing, man, I was calling him, yo, bro, yeah, you know what I'm saying, excited because it wasn't even about me going to show. He asked me to come on Drink Champs 5 years ago. I said no. I said, why? I said, I'm not ready. Like, I gotta wait till I get a few more things together. And when I finally got my time to go on there, it was my time. It was my time. And I don't in this culture, if you're not adding on because you love it, I don't got no respect for you. If you adding on, like T.I. doing the podcast and then say he stopped because he wasn't making no money. That shit is so disingenuous to me. So
right. Get the fuck out the
you
way.
get the
Like
fuck out
just
the
let the
way
niggas who
because you're
do
gonna
this.
get A-list guests because you're T.I.
Right.
But you're
And
not
but
doing
that's I mean,
that's funny,
but
yeah.
them ain't even the best conversations. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't even just T.I. It's a bunch of people. Just get the fuck out the way, bro.
And
Check the catalog. We've been doing this. We gonna keep doing this, and y'all go fall off because y'all ain't make no money. If you don't love this shit, that's like me going to hoop, nigga. I don't love that shit. I ain't even watching it. I'm
yo,
I'm doing what
I don't
I
like
do.
I can't play basketball. I'm only one of the black men who admit I can't play basketball for shit. It's deep too, right? Because and this is important that we have to say this. Artists, when we interview you, I don't give a fuck who you are. We're doing you a favor. You're not doing me a favor. We're doing you a favor because I could just talk to me and people gonna watch me. But I decided to bring you on my platform because let's talk about you. So it took me 10 years to get on camera because it was about the artist. It wasn't about me. Then when
Right.
I realized these artists were selfish and lazy, I said, fuck that. Now I'm the artist. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now I got my shit. Now I got my Versace's on. Now I'm the art. Now it's gonna be about me. And you believe people was mad as hell at me, like, yo, fuck you on camera for, yo, you fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
not everybody on camera.
Yo, do you know after my
Literally.
Drink Champs interview, um, I got people that never spoke to me again that was mad at me because I was on TV. I didn't speak to certain people since that day that it ended.
That's disheartening.
Mad as fuck at me. Like like I mean, fuck. Hold on, fuck
Fuck
them.
them.
I
I
don't
don't
give
give
a
a
fuck.
fuck.
But I'm just saying, I ain't speak to them in a while. That's the voice of reason. That's what they know that from my show. That's the voice.
Yeah.
That is the
Voice of reason. Mother made you, mother had you, mother fuck you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's that's why I had to put out there. When it was other people's time, bro, I sit back and I clap. I call you, I congratulate. Like I'm not one of the people's, this should be me. I started this podcasting thing. No, congrats, salute to them. You know what I'm saying? Salute to them, especially if they black. But don't do deals with these bankers and these euros and then act like you holier than thou because I know, come on, man. I know the back end. I know the back end of the game. I'm not just somebody who's doing it. No, I know the contracts. I know the culture. I know that you're lying. I know that you're lying about, yo, he doing this amount of views and numbers. I'm like, no, he not. Yes, he is. Look at his numbers. I say, okay, he got 30,000 views. Why he only got 10 comments? So you trying to tell me it was watched 30,000 times,
And
but it
only
don't got
10
no
people.
engagement? Come on, he bought those. He paid for those. Look at the subscribers. They don't get no. So again, it's a lot of trick fuckery. And I built myself off integrity, not because I thought I had to have integrity. No, because I just got it. I've been like
It's
this.
in me, baby.
Yeah, like I ain't gonna,
You can't teach
you
some of
know,
this shit. You
but
feel me?
I wanted to tell y'all, man, the connected experience, we family. Anytime I could come back, I come back. I talk for a living like y'all, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up because we will be here till 10 o'clock tonight because I just talk, 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 talk. I love
Yeah.
when I get a
When is
chance.
your birthday? You a Gemini? When's your
Yeah,
birthday?
February 25th. February 25th.
Okay, because I'm a Gemini and I talk a motherfucker to death. I talk you
Yeah,
in
but
and
you
out
know
of
what though,
yeah.
bro? But let's look at the duality. If I don't like you, I ain't saying shit to you.
1,000%.
Yeah, yeah, you
So
are
if I don't
exactly
like you,
right.
I'll be
You
like,
are exactly right.
yep. But yo, make sure the audience that can hear my voice. Um, make sure you support, people that are doing this on an independent level. Just because they're not in front of the screen, just because they're not, the magnifying glass is not on them, that don't mean they're not doing a good job. The onus is on you. If you want change, if you want to see different things, if you want to see people win, if you want stuff, you have all the power. The power is not in the corporation, the power is in you. So you could change, you could make the next star. You can do that. You do that. Stop being programmed by the programming. Stop falling for the trends and what you see. Sometimes you have to dig. Diamonds, that's my name, is formed under pressure. Pearls have to be dug up. Gold has to be dug up. Anything that's precious has to be found. Anything that's put before you really don't have no value unless somebody tell you has value and you believe in the word instead of believing in the value. So when you have these shows that you see got 100 episodes, 200 episodes, just dig through them. You might like one, you might like two. Everything not going to resonate with you. You're not going to love everything. You're not asking you to love everything. We just asking you to give it a shot, give it a chance because it ain't going nowhere. You're gonna have to get used to it. And all that shit you think you love and fuck with eventually gonna stop. Once their money dry up or once another situation come up, they gonna abandon you. But the people who did it because they love it always gonna be here for you, giving you good content. So again, make sure you hit that subscribe on the Apple Podcast. And it's just as simple as if you got an iPhone, listen, go right in your iPhone. You have the podcast app, go in there, search the connected experience. It's right there. You got Spotify, go in Spotify, search the connected experience, hit the subscribe button. You don't even have to listen. If you don't listen to every episode, if you get to it, you get to it, but at least subscribe to it because when we go get these trying to get these situations and telling people what we capable of, we need your analytic, we need your number, we need your number for leverage because everybody uses these numbers for leverage and their numbers is bought and paid for. We not into that. We gonna give organic. So I rather have a real 5,000 real listeners than to have 500,000 fake
Fake
listeners
listeners.
that, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So again, y'all the real, y'all the people that control it. Y'all have the power to change the industry. Y'all have the power to change a lot. The demographic is on you. It's just like voting. you got to go out and you got to campaign for us on the independent side, because a lot of us is not on the take. We not bought. We never sacrifice our integrity. We ain't dancing around. We ain't shucking and jiving. We not cooning. We not making y'all look bad. We making y'all look good. And you could say, yo, nah, I'm proud of him, because when it comes to the depiction of the black man, the black woman, the black child, or just a person being a good person, this is who I could look at and say, damn, they don't make them like this no more. So with that, man, I'm Doggie Diamonds, man. I thank y'all for having me. Until next time, because I'll be back.
Right. And we're gonna have
Whenever
to come
y'all,
on
yeah.
yours. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, we could do that, definitely. I don't use StreamYard. Y'all got Zoom?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I don't like StreamYard. I don't know how to do it.
You
It's
can
all right.
find us on Instagram and Twitter at TCE Pod. Instagram and Twitter at TCE Pod. SJ, where they can find you at?
They can find me at 1sljackson.com, where they can order their copy of the award-winning novella Animal Instinct: The Urban Jungle. You see the poster in the back. Or you could go to Amazon and type in The Adventures of Shelby Sunshine, where you can order my children's book series that I write with my daughter. Or you could type in Justice for Nikisha: A Father's Pain, the recent true crime novel that I just released with Cal Von Hawkins. We was in the top 10 of the new releases. So I'm an award-winning best-selling author. So you can find me
Woo.
anyway that way. I'm Santuan.
I'm Antoine.
I want for my brother.
What I want for myself.